If fat loss has been at the top of your goals list for what feels like forever, know this first. You do not need another meal plan. You need to stop negotiating with the behaviors that are keeping you stuck. Because after coaching women for over 30 years, I can tell you this with absolute certainty. Most women already know enough about weight loss to lose weight. They know protein matters. They know they should move more. They know they probably shouldn't eat half the pantry while standing over the kitchen sink at 9 p.m. Information is rarely the real problem anymore. The problem is that many women are trying to create a different body while fiercely protecting the exact same comfort habits, emotional patterns, and avoidance behaviors that created the frustration in the first place. And that's the conversation nobody really wants to have because it's easier to blame hormones, blame age, blame metabolism, blame menopause, or motivation. And yes, those things absolutely matter after 40. But smart women eventually realize I cannot keep protecting my comfort and expect my life to change. Now, stay with me until the end of this video because the last point I'm going to share may honestly be the difference between women who permanently change their body and health and women who stay trapped in the cycle of starting over for decades. And fair warning, some of this is going to sound direct, but I care far more about helping women actually reach their goals than I do about sounding endlessly soft and inspirational. Because most women do not need another motivational quote. They need honesty. So let's talk about what smart women understand about fat loss after 40. The first thing smart women understand is maturity. And no, I don't mean acting classy and drinking tea with your pinky out. I mean emotional maturity around the process. At some point, smart women stop expecting food to solve emotional problems because food doesn't fix stress, boredom, loneliness, grief, frustration, overwhelm. At best, food distracts you for a few minutes. Then the emotion is still sitting there waiting for you, except now you also feel physically uncomfortable and disappointed on top of it. And I know that statement can sound harsh, but I say it because I genuinely want women free from the cycle. If emotional eating solved stress, women would eat once and never struggle again. But that's not how it works. Food cannot regulate a life you refuse to address. And another part of maturity, knowing when to pause. This one is huge after 40. Sometimes the smartest thing a woman can do is to stop pushing fat loss temporarily. If your metabolism adapted, if your body is exhausted, if your stress is through the roof, if the goal isn't even truly important to you anymore. The mature thing may actually be to take a diet break. Not because you're weak, because you're wise enough to stop forcing a strategy that isn't working. The second thing smart women understand is ownership. This one matters tremendously. The women who do best long-term are active participants in the process. They don't just sit back waiting to be rescued by another meal plan, another coach, another app, another challenge. And let me say this carefully but directly. If you expect someone else to carry your weight loss journey for you, you are going to struggle forever. Because eventually coaching ends, programs end, motivation fades, life gets messy and messier. And if you never learned how to think, adapt, and take ownership, you'll always need someone pulling you back on track. That's not empowerment, that's dependence. And I'm not interested in creating dependent clients. I want capable women, women who know how to make decisions, solve problems, adjust intelligently, recover from mistakes, and continue forward without drama every time life happens. That's real coaching. The third thing smart women understand is what I jokingly call the suck it up factor. Now, before someone clutches their pearls in the comments, let me explain. Fat loss involves discomfort. It just does. You are not going to adore every part of the process. Sometimes you'll be hungry, food will be inconvenient, the healthier option won't be exciting. You'll need to prep when you don't feel like it, too. You'll eat the tuna packet instead of the drive-through. That's reality. And honestly, I think modern wellness culture has lied to people a bit. It's convinced women that every moment of the process should feel balanced, magical, aligned, intuitive, delicious, and empowering. No. Sometimes it's just inconvenient. And mature adults understand that temporary discomfort is often the price of meaningful change. You did not accidentally arrive at the body composition you dislike through discomfort. Most people got there through comfort eating, comfort habits, comfort avoidance, comfort excuses. And look, I'm not saying life should feel miserable. I'm saying smart women stop asking, how do I avoid discomfort completely? And start asking, which discomfort gets me closer to the life I actually want? Because staying stuck is uncomfortable too. The fourth thing smart women understand is curiosity. This one is underrated. The women who make the best progress are willing to look honestly at what isn't working without immediately getting defensive. They're curious enough to ask, what if my current strategy isn't serving me anymore? They're willing to learn, adjust, experiment, and improve, instead of emotionally spiraling every time something doesn't go perfectly. And no, you don't need to become a metabolism researcher, but understanding the basics matters because informed women make better decisions. Curious women evolve. Defensive women repeat the same cycle for years. The fifth thing smart women understand is where the hell they're going, meaning they define the goal clearly, not, I just want to tone up, I just want to feel better, I just want to lose some weight. Okay, how much? By when? Why? What are we actually aiming at? Vague goals create vague effort. And one thing I've noticed over the years is that women who constantly insist that they want to go super slow are often not avoiding fat loss failure, they're avoiding discomfort. Now, I am not promoting crash dieting, but I am saying this. Dragging the process out forever is not automatically healthier. Metabolism adapts, the body adjusts, and smart women understand there's a difference between sustainable and endlessly avoiding intensity. Sometimes a shorter season of focused effort is healthier psychologically and physiologically than dieting halfway forever. The sixth thing smart women understand is that later rarely comes. This one stings because it's true. I'll start after the vacation. I'll start after the holidays. I'll start when work calms down. I'll start Monday. And yes, sometimes timing matters, but sometimes that's avoidance dressed up as planning. And eventually, smart women ask themselves, do I actually want this goal? Because if you continually delay the actions required to achieve something, there is information in that. And maybe the answer is, no, I don't actually want to pursue this right now. And that's okay, but be honest. Because pretending to pursue a goal while repeatedly postponing it creates guilt without progress. And finally, this is the one I really want women to hear. Smart women are coachable. This may be the biggest difference maker of all, because coaching only works when someone is willing to participate honestly in the process. I'm not interested in parenting grown women. I'm not here to scold you, babysit you, police your food, or micromanage your life. I'm here to partner with you, to help you identify blind spots, change behaviors, build awareness, adjust strategy, and stop repeating the same patterns that keep you stuck. But if someone hires a coach and refuses to implement feedback, track honestly, communicate openly, or try the strategy, I genuinely don't know what outcome they expect. And yes, sometimes it's simply a coach mismatch. If someone wants lifelong dependency and rigid meal plans forever, I'm probably not the coach for them. Because my goal is not control. My goal is capability. You can get recipes from ChatGPT. You can get calorie calculators online. But behavior change, pattern recognition, self-awareness, ownership, that's different. That's coaching. So if I had to summarize what smart women understand about fat loss over 40, it would be this. They stop chasing comfort and start building capacity. Capacity to tolerate temporary discomfort, think strategically, take ownership, stay curious, adapt intelligently, and continue forward without constantly needing to start over. That's where real transformation happens. Not in another detox, not in another clean eating Monday, not in another panic-fueled restart. Real progress comes from being the kind of woman who can handle the process differently. And if this style of coaching resonates with you, if you want a partner instead of a parent, I'd love to help. And if this video hit home, subscribe, because this channel is for women over 40 who are done wasting time on shallow advice and are ready to approach fat loss intelligently, realistically, and sustainably. And now I want to hear from you. Which one of these lessons do you think women avoid hearing the most?